Welcome to New Realities. My name is Alan Steinfeld, and if you've been watching this program, you know that the new paradigm of who we are is about vibration. We are energy, and we extend beyond this physical embodiment we call ourselves into other frequencies. We're bigger than what the limitation of our bodies seem. And this is the new, in my understanding, a new way of medicine, of healing, of the future in general, is to understand who we are and what the planet is as a frequency soup, as my guest likes to call it. So I'm here today with Rick Bergen, and he has some really, really amazing technology. I mean, stuff that just in a simple demonstration was really unbelievable. It really blew me away, because I've been around this stuff and I've seen a lot of things. I've seen a lot of devices, and it's like, yeah, right. But this stuff, well, I'm going to introduce Rick, and we'll go through this stuff. Thanks, Rick.
All right, thank you.
So you're with Zero Point, and that's the name of the company, Zero Point Global. So let's just talk about, well, your intro as where we are.
Well, you know, we're in this space that I call the toxic soup.
You can talk.
And we've got, you know, over 80,000 man-made chemicals that appear in the air, in the water, in the food. You know, it's everywhere. We can't get away from it. And the challenge is that these things create a neurological disconnect in the brain. They create a stress on the body. Of course, we know anytime there's stress on the body, the immune system function goes down. With the immune system function down, the body can't do what it was set up to do, which is really heal itself. So the whole premise is, how do we live in the toxic soup? Because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to get away from it, you know. And plus, we all have these things called cell phones, right?
Yeah.
And they all put off electromagnetics. We live in the middle of this electromagnetic frequency or field that, again, puts off something that our bodies is not in accord with. Mm-hmm. So when we come in contact with it, we're in stress. So the bottom line is that we spend most of our life in this toxic soup, accumulating toxic frequencies at an inner and extracellular level. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so what happens over time is we lessen the communication. We lessen the cell's ability to communicate effectively between each other. Mm-hmm. As we lower that ability, we then begin to see symptoms. Mm-hmm. And of course, you have enough symptoms, then you have some kind of disease.
Right.
So there's the kind of the base premise of our reality as it exists.
So you're saying we are being bombarded all the time by frequencies that we're not even conscious of. Besides just the bad food and pollution, there's all this other stuff that's coming into us.
Exactly.
So your technology has somehow at least adjusted the frequency pollution somehow.
So what we've done is, we've moved to do a couple of things specifically, and the main products, what they do is they assist us in living in the soup by stopping the neurological disconnect that typically occurs when you're in the soup.
When you're getting these frequencies,
right.
our neurology is being affected.
Yes.
Okay.
So the idea is to do two things. One, protect us from this space, mm-hmm. right, by keeping us connected in spite of the stress. Mm-hmm. And two is to re-blueprint systems in the body that match. Mm. You know, if we can get the blueprints back in, if we can get the harmonic resonance working, right, then the immune system function stays extremely high. And if we can keep the immune system function up, then the body can fix anything. The problem is we spend so much time fighting this space we live in, you know, and the toxicity is so high, and then over time, the communication breaks down.
Okay, so let's look at what you created in order to balance that, and how I'm interested in how this stuff actually works. I mean, what you've done to your things that help the body. So what do you...
So, you know, we've actually taken a couple of simple things, and we've got some pendants, you know, that one is green adventurine, we have a hematite, we have a tiger's eye, we have an amethyst. We just picked those four because of the structural lattice of these have the ability to hold information effectively.
Or frequencies.
Frequencies, yes. Frequency is information. Mm-hmm.
So this is basically a hematite stone,
right?
And you do something to it,
right? We infuse it with information, much like you take a crystal,
Yeah.
a cell phone,
Yeah.
and infuse it with information to operate the cell phone.
Okay.
We're infusing this with information to operate the body.
Okay, now how do you infuse this with information?
Yeah, well, we have a piece of equipment, a quantum, what we call a quantum field accelerator.
Uh-huh.
And the quantum field accelerator just transfers specific frequencies from minerals in nature, so it's all natural.
Uh-huh.
And it transfers that information frequency from those minerals into these, programming them with blueprints that match the body.
Okay, how does it get it in there? With a beam of light or?
Well, actually, as a matter of fact, there is some light involved in
Okay.
the transfer.
Okay.
And, we've spent a little bit of time figuring out how to effectively do this, but this just becomes a carrier of the information.
But how do you know what information to put in here?
Well, you have to use the most sophisticated piece of equipment there is on the planet, which is this body.
Okay.
And you can use various forms. You can use kinesiology.
Mm-hmm.
You can use dowsing. You can use EAV to test to see if you got the correct frequencies by measuring the organ, okay, or system. So there's various ways to do it. But once we understood the minerals and which minerals match which parts of the body.
Oh yeah, you said something. The thyroid matches.
Right. The star mica matches the thyroid.
So they have a similar frequency.
Right.
So you have the star mica as a mineral. You
Right.
know what that frequency is, or you just put it on your thyroid. It can help heal that.
Right, bring it into blueprint resonance, and then the body heals itself. So none of the products heal anything. The purpose is to protect and bring into balance so the body can heal itself.
So what did you put in these? What kind of
Well, there's
frequency?
66 blueprint frequencies in these, and we have data sheets that go with each of the products that tell you exactly which systems that's associated with. And the nice thing is that you can actually test this. You can physically experience a change in balance, for instance. And we show people how to do that and give them the information so they can verify for themselves, because what's most important for us is not that they actually believe what we tell them, that they actually experience what we tell them,
Right.
and that they get well.
What do people experience wearing these?
Well, they immediately get an increased sense of wellness, if you will, a calm, typically. Balance is immediately changed. Range of motion is increased.
Strength. Let's do a muscle test. You want to do that?
Well, we'll do a muscle test
Okay.
with one of these other things.
Okay.
Just so we
Great.
can show it. But
I'm not just
basically,
gonna
the products are set up to most of them to radiate information into the body that matches the body to help keep it in balance, so it can stay neurologically connected.
So this would protect against ELFs.
Yes, ELFs, EMFs. Both.
But there's a lot of stuff out there that says they do that. I mean, there's all these
Yeah,
little
yeah.
star mandala things, and
So and typically what we tell people is test them all.
Test them with your body.
Test them with your body to make sure
Yeah.
it works with your body, because it might work with someone else and not work with yours.
Okay.
And so we always encourage people to test it for themselves. And EMFs is one of them. We have a specific product for EMF that we'll talk about here in a second.
Right.
But the pendant is kind of the base of the line, because people can wear it and be out in the toxic soup.
Right.
And effectively exist.
And not get affected by all the stuff that's out there.
Have an extremely reduced effect.
Even environmental pollution?
In particular, environmental pollution.
Wow, like you could stand in the middle of traffic and not be affected by, the carbon.
I guess it depends on where you're standing.
Right.
But we actually do demonstrations with toxic smells, and you can do this with kinesiology and see that it will override the disconnect that typically occurs in the presence of a toxic smell.
Okay, just a little background. So somebody told me how to dream about how to do this and understood frequencies and was able to kind of channel it through.
One of the original gentlemen we worked with came across that way, but didn't really understand the technology side. And we since had partnered with another gentleman who accesses information and also has a few PhDs and really understands minerals and which minerals match the body. And that's where we've taken the technology from the basis of it, so that we're talking about things that come directly from nature that match the body as opposed to something that doesn't match.
So what kind of amazing results have you seen with people?
Well, you know, if you can keep the body out of stress and you can keep the immune function up,
Yeah.
there is,
That's true. That's true.
I mean-
so if the body's strong,
Right.
Yeah, and that's
the bottom line.
So this is like advanced technologies for an advanced society that, in a way, needs to function with all this soup going on. I mean, if we're going to be like all
Yeah.
connected to each other through internet, and then these things come in to kind of rebalance the negative effects of that interconnectedness that we're trying to achieve with technology.
Well, yeah, and
mean-
and also really we hold them as part of the bridge for technology to help us get from where we're at to where we're going. Because what we know is that if we can keep the consciousness up and we can protect the body, the consciousness will increase, and we can learn how to more effectively live in the soup without tools.
Because our consciousness will. So
Right.
this is just, you're saying, a bridge to get our consciousness to the place where we can evolve to the higher level.
Just a tool to get from where we're at to where we're going.
Okay, I
Okay?
get that.
So, for instance, the laser that's used, and it's a cold laser, and by having the 42 parasympathetic muscle system frequencies in here, you can use this.
You have the 42 parasympathetic. How did you get? So you put the parasympathetic frequencies of the muscles
Right.
into the laser.
Into the lens. When you shine the light,
Yeah.
it delivers that information into the body.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and actually, what's more incredible is actually the results that occur, and that anyone can do this. They don't have to have any special certifications or understanding, because it's a simple laser pointer that you point at your body, and it will effectively put the information in to bring the muscle into balance, and the results of which typically are things like straightened back, and people's headaches and pains tend to go away only because we're balancing the muscle system.
Oh yeah, is this the device that chiropractors are using
Yes.
instead of adjusting?
Exactly.
What would they do? Like, so someone's back is out of alignment.
Well, for instance, we have one who only uses this for adjustment, and what he'll do is he'll use kinesiology to check for subluxations in the back, and when
Right.
he finds one, he'll take the laser and point it at the subluxation to relax the muscle, bring it into balance. And what he's found, and many of them have found, is it actually holds longer than a physical adjustment, and there's no trauma.
Wait, so he doesn't have to do the actual adjustment. This will actually.
This will actually do it.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's revolutionary. No, I mean,
No,
you can
it
put
is.
chiropractors out of business.
Well, actually, what's happening is the chiropractors are selling it to their patients
Uh-huh.
to do at home, so they don't have to have often treatments.
Wow.
And actually, it has increased their business because they're now actually taking care of their patients in a way that is beyond a visit.
So this is the right there. That's the laser right there. And then there's a blue light too, right?
Yeah, and the blue light we don't use so much. It's good for in dark restaurants to read a menu.
Is that all? We have this really fancy instrument to do?
No, actually,
All right.
we always use it for bacteria
Okay.
also. So that's the concept.
That's pretty amazing.
You know, and then there's a coaster and a plate that's infused with 77 frequencies that match the body, that do amazing things with drinks, coffee, water, wine, changes the taste and the flavor, and also can be used on the body to bring things into balance, harmonic resonance.
Harmonic red. So if there's something out somewhere, you could just bring it in.
Right. You actually put it, if you put it against the skin on the body, many times it will actually physically stick to the
Really?
skin.
I'm going to try that.
If you have a spot
I'll
that's,
try.
that's out of balance.
Let's try someplace. But it's cold. But no. How come you only use 77? I mean, who's like on top of each frequency that's coming through?
Well,
here?
you know, a lot of that, we do some research, and one of our scientists, a doctor who's got multiple PhDs, charts everything, and he charts specific frequencies and specific products or applications for it, and figures out which are the most efficient and efficacious for the body without throwing it into a detox. Because, of course, We don't want to put people in an accelerated detox of any kind.
So if there's too many intense frequencies, I don't understand how frequencies can come off this thing and enter the human body. I mean, this is a stone, basically.
Right.
So how does, everything is made of stone. How would what's in here come into my body?
Okay, so every stone and every rock and all those minerals, they all radiate information. They all radiate
Everything radiates in this table, the floor.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what we've done is we've just taken the understanding of that and we've programmed these various products with information that matches the body, blueprints that match the body, so it can radiate that correct information into the body to bring things into balance so the body can heal itself.
Wait, so this is radiating out the information, but everything's radiating out, but this is a kind of structured frequency. So everything has frequency, but you've structured because everything we interact with, there's an exchange of energy.
Yes.
So
this has specific frequencies that match the body exactly.
Wow.
To bring it into harmonic resonance.
So this, when you say frequent, I mean this, you're not changing it. This was whatever this was, marble, jade marble. Okay, so this was jade marble. You programmed it with frequencies, and so it didn't actually change the physical structure of this.
No. But it filled the lattice structure inside. So on a cellular lattice, what's called lattice structure.
The molecular lattice structure of this.
There's openings in the lattice structure that allow you to program it with information, the same as you program a quartz chip for a quartz watch or a crystal chip for a computer. Same kind of idea.
But it's just empty space. So you programmed the lattice structure with what? What's in that empty space?
The frequencies that match the body. 77 particular frequencies that match the human body.
And it's held in that lattice structure.
Right. So
as
an energy, if you will.
Just as an energy.
Just as an energy.
Okay. And then someone comes in contact with it and they might not even be aware.
Yes.
And they'll still have the same effect.
Yes. It doesn't matter. You don't have to believe anything specific.
Right.
Because it's there. The information is there and it will pass into the body. And you can't overuse it. It's completely safe. The body will only take in what it can use.
How does it pass into the body? I mean, this is solid. My hand's solid. Is there an exchange of?
Well, as you mentioned, at your introduction, there isn't anything that's solid.
Right.
We're in the quantum space.
That's
now,
right. We're in the quantum universe.
Space, so there is nothing solid.
And I extend beyond my body. This extends beyond it. So that's why there's a whole new level of technology.
Right. We're on the front edge of a major change in our reality.
Yes.
And these are the kinds of things that we're going to see occur as we move down the road.
That's why I call my show New Realities.
Well, and it's correct. We're right on.
Okay.
That's where we're going.
I know it's on the right track doing something.
That's right.
Well, this is exciting because if it works. I mean, I'm feeling stuff. I mean, it seems to be doing something.
Well,
okay. Well, let's see what else you got.
Take a look. If we move a little further, see what we found out and we understood was, if you look at this, this is the same as that. This is an 8-inch version of that.
Right.
And what we found out is if people put fruits and vegetables on here, it will actually accelerate the ripening process and slow down the decay at the same time.
That's incredible.
And I found that quite amazing. It didn't make a lot of sense to me. So I called our scientist and said, how come this happens like this? He said, well, we put plant frequencies in here, 2 plant frequencies specific, that give those vegetables or fruits life force, like they were on the tree, which is why it ends up tasting like it was on the tree. And also, those frequencies transmute. Plants have the capability to transmute toxic ELFs and EMFs to a non-toxic form.
That's amazing.
Now when you put your fruit on here, not only does it give it the life force to ripen correctly like it was on the tree, but it protects it from the ELFs and EMFs in the room, so it doesn't decay as quickly.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and we've seen some amazing things with it, not to mention we've got raw food chefs that are using it. We've got some doctors that have done some tests with it that deal in life force energy of whole foods and raw foods, and seen a major increase in the available nutritional information in foods that are placed on this plate.
Wow. So this has the same 77.
Same 77 that the 3.5 inch.
So you're like producing these and you're beaming these.
We're adding that with a quantum field accelerator.
With this is a special machine you developed. Okay.
Exactly.
Great.
To move information from minerals into these things to be the carriers of the information. Now, what we did was we expanded on this understanding about plants.
Yes.
And we created these because they're called earth hearts.
Okay.
And beginning to understand that plants have the ability to transmute toxic waveforms.
Yeah.
We took that same understanding and technology and expanded on it in a very big way.
Okay.
So we know now that cell phones are a problem, right? And
right.
you have a cell phone,
I have a cell phone too.
Okay.
Sure. Who doesn't have a cell phone?
Right. Everyone has a cell phone. You know,
Right.
once we got remote control, and then we got cell phone. We're not giving them up. We're not giving the computers up, right?
Right.
So what we've done is there's lots of devices being sold out there
Right.
to protect you from the EMS, the ALS
Yes,
that come off
yes.
of these phones. The problem is that most people don't realize when you're in a call, that signal goes up 50 or 100 times the milligauss, right? So you're at 2 milligauss, which is considered semi-safe by the
When the phone's not on, you're at 2 milligauss.
No, when it's on,
when it's on,
you're at about 2 milligauss.
but without getting a call.
Without getting a call.
Okay, you're at 2 milligauss.
Right, which the National Council on Radiation Protection says is safe.
Okay, because the sun's probably more than that, right?
But as soon as you put a phone call in and you connect to the tower, now
Yes.
you're increasing that by 50 or 100 times, which is way beyond what's considered safe.
Okay.
So if we do a little muscle test, if you're up for a little muscle test.
Yeah, sure,
Okay.
sure.
So is your phone on?
My phone is on. Yes, it's on.
And I always tell
just
people
missed 2 calls, but that's
to
okay.
actually do this test. If you're going to buy any device for your phone, do this test. It's a simple test.
So
Put your arm out like this.
with my phone on.
Put the phone down.
I'm
for a
putting the
second.
phone down.
We'll test you in the clear. Push up, hold.
Okay.
Nice and strong. Okay, now
Pretty
hold
good.
the phone.
I'm holding my.
All right, you're holding the phone.
I'm
Now
holding
let's
the phone.
see if there's any effect. Ready? Push up, hold.
Ah,
And the arm goes down.
yeah.
Now, call your voicemail. Can you call your voicemail?
Yeah, I can call my voicemail.
Because see, this is where the rubber meets the road. When you're actually in a call is when you need it the most, and most of the products I've seen actually don't work when you're in a call.
Huh.
Because the EMFs and the LFs go up so much higher.
They don't work when you're in a call?
Right, so as long as you don't want to be on the phone, it's a great product.
Okay.
right.
So let me call. Okay, I'll just call somebody. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just call myself here.
Okay, call yourself. See if
Okay.
you're home.
Thanks. Okay.
I hate it when I call myself and I'm not in.
Okay, I'm in.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
So the phone's on.
All right, is it now? It's connected to the
It's
signal?
connecting. Yes.
Okay. So as soon as it's connected to the
It's
tower.
a signal. Okay.
All right, we're connected to the tower.
Yeah,
Ready?
yeah.
Push up, hold.
Yeah.
Now
That's.
notice how weak you are.
That
right?
was.
Now just take that, hold that right there.
Okay.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Push up, hold.
You're pushing the
I'm
same.
pushing actually harder,
Harder.
considerably harder.
Really. So you're saying these little heart devices,
Right.
which are made out of what?
Okay, so what we've done is we've taken the 10 plants that have the greatest capability of transmuting toxic waveforms.
What are those plants?
They're plants that grow under high power lines, that grow around transformers.
They've studied this and they see, wow,
Yes.
these plants are actually thriving
They're
under these
thriving
high power lines.
in this toxic environment.
I always
right?
wondered what those plants were. Yeah, because what? Yeah.
So we took those 10 plants, those 10 plant frequencies, and we added 30 mineral frequencies that match the body specifically. And we embedded those on this heart that's a little heart that's a sticker you can put on your phone.
What's it made out of? That heart?
It's actually a mineral and plant material.
Okay, okay.
It's physical. It's totally green.
So yeah, you take one of those stickers, you put it on your phone,
Right.
And
Put it on the phone. And now what it does is we've taken another approach. What most companies are doing is they're trying to block the wave. And you can't block the wave. You just can't block it. And proof of that is when you make the phone call,
Right.
it doesn't work.
Okay.
What we've done is we've changed the wave from a toxic waveform to a non-toxic form.
tell those people that.
Well, it's significantly different because we're shifting the paradigm completely. So instead of trying to protect you from it, we change the waveform from a toxic form to a beneficial form. What does that mean? That means now the more electronics you have in your house, with these on it, the healthier your house becomes. And I'm talking
Wait,
every appliance.
wait. I mean, I know That's amazing.
That's kind of off the chart, right?
I mean, so the more you talk on the phone,
the healthier you become.
That's amazing. I mean, if that's true, I mean...
Well, you know, we always encourage people to test it for themselves.
Right.
Don't believe us. Test it for yourself. Get the results.
Okay.
And without, you know, we haven't had yet anybody not get the results.
Well, you look pretty healthy yourself. I mean, you're feeling good, right?
I'm pretty clear about how the body works and how to make
I mean, if this truly does what this is a fantastic product. I mean, I'm going to try this and actually...
I encourage you to have your own experience with it, but you know, finding out that autism has been tied to EMFs and ELFs, and so many diseases, especially children diseases, are now being connected to this toxic waveform, to actually change it to something beneficial. So now you can use things like your appliances in your kitchen. In fact, you can use your microwave now and actually change the food into something healthy.
Well, you put one of these in your microwave, inside the microwave.
Inside the microwave, underneath the spinning plate.
Yeah.
And it actually changes the microwaves into a beneficial waveform that increases the nutritional value of the food.
What do you call these things?
Earth Hearts.
Earth Hearts. And this is all part of Zero Point. What's your website?
0 Point Global. 0pointglobal.com.
0pointglobal.com if you want to try out the little Earth Hearts, which I'm definitely going to try out because I think, because everyone says, yeah, exactly what you said. Let's block the wave.
Right.
And you're saying, no, let's
change it
into something
healthy.
That's amazing. Okay.
It's a much better way to shift the reality.
Exactly. Right? So the more you talk on your cell phone, the better you feel.
Right.
I'm sure the cell phone companies love that too.
Yeah. Well, it's certainly a switch in paradigm for them, because they're trying to worry about the lawsuits. And
how many different products do you have at 0 Point?
Currently, there's 7 products.
7 products. So we have the pendant there. I'm wearing one of these, and the laser.
Yes.
And the Earth Heart, and the plate.
Yes.
That's
the plate and the coaster.
And the coaster. Oh, the coaster and plate, 2 different products. Okay.
Well, the same frequency is a larger version of it.
Okay, and the heart. That's 5 right there.
And then there's 2 more. And we have all kinds of things in development.
Yeah.
We're actually looking at maybe a whole house unit for this.
Wow.
To turn your house into a health spa.
That's amazing.
By shifting the whole deal of EMFs in the home.
If this is really true, that is really amazing. That's fantastic. That is a new reality.
It is a new reality.
Truly.
It is a new reality. And
okay.
It's exciting. So here's a little device that we created, and
which we said before looks like a new crop circle that just came out. Okay.
Exactly. And we created it before the crop circle. So.
Okay.
What this does is it zeroes out the toxic frequencies that exist in so many things, in our air, in our water, in our food. It's everywhere. And we don't know what we're getting in the air and the water, but we're pretty sure it's toxic.
Right. So did you talk about plastic bottles with this? Everyone puts great water in plastic bottles, and of course you're getting the toxins from the plastic bottles.
Yeah, and so what we've actually discovered is that tap water has about 30 toxic frequencies in it, and bottled water in the typical bottle has about 50 toxic frequencies in it.
Wow.
Because the machine that put it in put some EMFs in there, and the plastic itself puts some toxic plastic frequency in there. So now the bottled water that we're all drinking is actually more toxic at a frequency level, and we're polluting the planet.
I know, with plastic bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
We can't afford to be doing.
So I'm just trying to go back to the original concept of understanding everything really is frequency and emits a frequency.
Yes.
Even people admit frequency. So there are definitely toxic people you don't want to be around who are admitting that, and healthy, healing people that admit another healing frequency. And
one of the beautiful things about the pendants that we talked about is they actually help protect you from those toxic people.
Wow, so they'll just stay away?
Yeah. Well, they won't actually stay away, but, not to get off the subject of this one, but I can show you something real quick.
Okay.
Take this off real fast.
Okay,
show you something real fast. So, emotions are toxic.
Right.
So, if and there you go. So here's what I want you to do. Just think of something negative. Like somebody who's died, somebody who's passed away.
Right.
Right there?
Yeah.
Push up, hold.
Yeah.
So the arm goes right down. Now hold
I'm going to just hold this,
Same thing. Now go to that same thought.
Okay.
Right, push up, hold.
Okay. So how does that change my feeling about...
So what it does is it actually stops the neurological disconnect that typically goes on when you're in an emotional thought.
I see.
Okay?
I see.
And I know this isn't a problem here, but, you know, example, someone cuts you off,
Right.
and you wave to them.
Right.
It happens in New York.
Yeah, yeah.
However it is you wave to them.
Right, right. You say, hey, yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
in a
yeah.
toxic soup and you're disconnected. At
Right.
that moment, you're disconnected.
Right.
Okay.
Wow, we're disconnecting every minute.
Yes,
Oh,
so
yeah.
this keeps you connected in spite of that.
How does it do that?
Again, by having the blueprint frequencies that match the body and,
Okay.
and keeping the brain connected. So getting back to this.
This is a beautiful piece, actually. It's just a nice
and
piece.
it's a poppy jasper, and it is a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
But it's not the poppy jasper per se.
No, it's not the stone.
It's not the stone. Again, it's a carrier of information.
Right.
Okay, that's programmed, and the information is specifically, and this is for zeroing out toxic things.
Anything that's toxic.
Anything that's
Any-
toxic, the toxic frequencies. So, you know, we have traditional filter systems to take out the physicality, to take out
Right.
the chlorine.
Right.
What it doesn't take out is the blueprint frequency of the chlorine.
So we're still getting the frequency of the chlorine, even though we're not getting the chlorine, so it
Exactly.
still affects us on a frequency level.
Right. And our body stores those toxic frequencies intercellularly.
They store the frequencies.
Anytime the body has a frequency it doesn't know what to do with, that's toxic
Oh,
to
we
it.
must be getting that all the time.
Yes, that's the problem. We're getting it all the time in the air, in the water, in the food. We're storing all this toxic stuff in the body, intercellular and extracellular.
Right.
And then over time, that's where we get the communication breakdown. And the purpose of this is, first of all, to get the toxic frequencies out of the substances before we take them in the body.
Right.
And you can wear it on the body to clear inner and extracellular toxicity in the body from years and years of that accumulation.
So, okay, I get that. So, wow, I want to hold this. That's okay. All right, that's great. That's great. So, okay, what else we have
All right, so
here?
last but not least is the 0-point bottle.
Okay.
And what we've done with this is we've partnered with a gentleman who created this bottle. And actually, it's the most amazing bottle. It's been tested in
Tell these people.
It's been tested in well over 40 countries, somewhere between 40 and 80. We've got some of the specifications on the website. But what's incredible about this is that this bottle actually has a filtering system built into it. And you can put swamp water essentially in this and squeeze it. It will go through the filter and come out. It'll take out 99.9% of all bacteria, heavy metals, pesticides. And we have test results showing that. We didn't create the bottle. We partnered with the guy that created the bottle. And we added our technology because we understand that water carries memory. And if you've seen any of Emoto's work, he showed how at a crystalline level, at a cellular level, the crystalline structure of clean water and the crystalline structure, the memory or information of toxic, dirty water.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we've done is we've added this technology.
This for zeroing out
Right,
all
we're
the
zeroing out. So now we clear all the physicalness out with his filter. And then we use this technology inside here to clear the toxic frequencies. And then we use the same embedded information in here in the filter to reprogram it with 40 frequencies that match the physical body exactly. And 20 of those have to do with weight loss. So what we're noticing is that people's who start drinking the water, first of all, the water is micro-clustered by the filter.
Wow.
If you micro-cluster the water, of course, now you can take it in the body because the cell structure is smaller, so it hydrates more effectively.
Wow.
We give the body the information that it would get from eating, so your appetite is less, so you end up eating less, you're better hydrated so the cells communicate more effectively.
Wow.
And we go into a mild detox and weight loss.
That's so people are losing weight by drinking water through here.
Yes.
And you can also filter anything. So if you're going to like Mexico or something,
Going
or
anywhere else in the world,
you
fill
could
it with water.
Fill it with this water, and you should be pretty safe.
You'll have the best water pretty much on the planet at that point.
What was the original filter called? What was the...
You know,
whatever.
Yeah, he's actually sold this technology to multiple companies. But what we've done that's unique is add our technology to it.
And the technology is adding all these things like weight loss and health.
Well, the technology is zeroing out the toxic frequencies,
right,
reprogramming it with frequencies that match the body. And you know, we've got a chiropractor in Florida who's lost 25 pounds. He's not doing anything except drinking the water.
You know, as you're talking, I am understanding we really have to really investigate the nature of what frequencies are and how they actually are affecting our body all the time. And this technology and this science will definitely start to become more mainstream, and people will start to understand how it's not just the substance, it's the energy that substance holds that's also affecting them.
Absolutely.
And that's where your whole company is working on that.
That's exactly what we're
working on. Because it's affecting us anyway.
Right.
We're just unconscious, so we're making conscious what's happening to us on a frequency level. We're bringing awareness to this understanding.
Exactly. And the key being that as we raise our awareness, we raise the consciousness, and we raise the consciousness, that's where we get to, the planet gets to win.
Right. We all get
the bottom line.
Win. And okay, so you're developing more products?
Yes, we have all kinds of things in the works, And we continue to expand on our understanding and the technology based on results, because you know that's what matters most. If you're not getting any results, why bother?
Right.
And we're seeing some amazing things happen with people and their wellness.
And you're trying it on yourself, of course.
Absolutely. Nothing goes out into the field until we personally test it.
You're not just selling product. You truly, I mean, I get that you truly are passionate about this stuff, and lots of people go out and sell stuff, but you know, you are doing it for yourself. I mean, because you want the healing effects of this technology.
Well, if it doesn't work for me, it's probably not going to work for you.
Right.
So we tested in the lab, if you will. We tested personally. Then we tested with a small group in the field before it gets out to the masses to make sure that we're getting the same results and no adverse effects. And that's the beautiful thing about it, is because it's so natural and from natural minerals, you can't overuse it. It's totally safe, and it doesn't take any real instruction.
Right.
Although we give you the data sheets and information, it's simple. You just use it as you are sensed to do so.
Right. And ultimately, like you said, it's about consciousness.
Yes.
And we should be able to program it with our thoughts when we get to that level of consciousness.
Exactly.
But these are tools to assist us to why we're getting there.
They're just a bridge or a tool, because we're so born and bred into a physical world. These are physical tools we can have a physical experience with. You know, that connects us and bridges us to where we're going.
So tell people how to get in touch with you and everything they need to know to get these products.
Well, if you have any interest or inquiry about this, you can email us at info@zeropointglobal.com. And just mention where you heard this information, and we'll refer you to someone who can take care of you, you know, to get some products or get answers about anything you may want to find out about as it relates to the products in the company.
Thank you, Rick. This is very exciting. I'm going to try this, and I'll report back to people. And I love this. This is really bringing us to a whole nother level of consciousness.
I believe that's so, and that's what our goal is.
Thanks.
Exactly that.
Thanks. So come back and we'll do more shows, and as you develop more products, I'll tell people about it.
Excellent.
Thanks.
Excellent.
This is Alan Steinfeld for New Realities. You can email me at newrealities@earthlink.net. Check my website, newrealities.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks. That was good. That was good. Yes.